Mingalawa, welcome to Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin with the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. David Tanner brings us a first report on Myanmar's first ever National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Alkajo's report on foreigners' stock trading set to start in November. Williamson covered the story on GTI, former students paying homage to teachers. Doras Wizin has the report on Myanmar's Pride Festival in Yangon. Before we get to the reports, let's check on some local news. At a ceremony held in Shan State, Yangshui Town on Saturday morning, State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi paid homage to 4 inlay Paundo'u Buddha images that were on an annual ceremonial tour and also attended an Inta traditional boat race and presented prizes at the prize awarding ceremony. The 4 inlay Paundo'u Buddha images will be residing in Yangshui Town's Atadita Dhamma Vihara Monastery until Tuesday. The annual ceremony tour of inlay Paundo'u Buddha images was conducted for 18 days from September 29th to October 18th, touring 18 areas of inlay region. This is one of the significant ceremonies of inlay region that is being attended by local pilgrims as well as foreign visitors. Mandalay Region Chamber of Commerce and Industry Secretary U Okajo said recent meeting between MRCCI and representatives from US ASEAN Business Council showed some hope for American companies coming to invest in Mandalay. He added, quote, "These representatives are opening offices in ASEAN nations. The Deputy US Ambassador urged American businesses to invest in Mandalay. The MRCCI has an American Economic Center and ASEAN intends to work closely with them." The meeting last week was attended by the U.S. Embassy's Deputy Chief of Mission, George Sibley, and seems to show the U.S. interest to invest in Mandalay. Fish and prawns from Jiaopyu, which have registered a low demand in Bangladesh, are being sent only to the Yangon market, according to Jiaopyu Fish and Prawn Commodity Depots. A fisherman and prawn seller said in 2017 most of the fish, prawns and crabs produced in Jiaopyu were sent to the Sittwe market and Bangladesh. The value of border trade between Myanmar and Bangladesh as of 20th of September stood at $22.3 million, a decrease of $65.2 million compared to the same period in the previous fiscal year, according to statistics provided by the Ministry of Commerce. The total border trade of Myanmar with 4 neighboring countries reached $9.9 billion in the 2018 to 2019 fiscal. And that's all with the local news, and we're moving on to our first report. The first ever Myanmar Cybersecurity Month, with the campaign theme #CyberReadyMyanmar, was launched on Friday at Seed Space in Yangon. The launch ceremony was organized by Information Technology and Cybersecurity Department of the Ministry of Transport and Communications, Myanmar Computer Federation, Myanmar Information Security Association, and the U.S. ICT Council for Myanmar. Here's the report.
Myanmar citizens are spending an increasing amount of time online, which makes them more vulnerable to cyber threats. We need to be proactive and teach people how to identify these threats to be safe online. The detail for today's event will be answered by Ms. Maxu T.S. who is the Executive Director of U.S. ICT Council for Myanmar.
So this is the first ever Myanmar Cybersecurity Month. It is a month that's celebrated in different countries around the world. Some countries have a week, some countries have a month. So we chose with our partners to have a whole month of cybersecurity activities to build awareness amongst citizens as well as organizations in Myanmar. Well, I think the statistic is over 80% of people have mobile phones, and so many people, the majority of people in Myanmar are online. So I think it's very important to educate people who are online how to stay safe and how to be good digital citizens.
The goals of MCM include creating a culture of cybersecurity awareness among Myanmar citizens, educating the public about how to be safe online and devices, and providing toolkits and guidelines to organizations such as government entities, businesses, and NGOs to enable them to secure their data. networks and systems, and to educate their employees.
So probably the first step, we have several different themes, but one is just about how to protect your mobile device. So because everybody in Myanmar has a mobile or usually a smartphone, that's one of the priorities for us, is to teach Myanmar citizens how to protect themselves on their phones when they're getting on Facebook, when they're getting on other social media channels. So that's probably our number one objective. So one of our U.S. partners is called the Cyber Readiness Institute. So they have something called a starter kit, which talks about the basic things that you should know about cybersecurity and how to stay safe online. Some of the things are how to, not to click on an email, so the phishing campaign. So there's some basic things that every citizen should know when they're online, whether opening an email, clicking on a link that could be dangerous. So I think there's some basic things that we can share through our campaign.
In which level we are in for this cybersecurity sector in estimation, and as a person who is also walking this part, I have also interviewed for her perspective regarding it.
I would say even in the United States, a lot of people are not thinking about cybersecurity. You might hear all the tips and the things that you should do, but you don't necessarily implement, right? So I think that's a common problem with anybody. It's just human nature that you may not, you know that it's dangerous, or you know that there are threats, but you just may not be paying attention. So I wouldn't say that Myanmar is behind or ahead. I would just say that they share very common problems as other countries.
Regarding the businesses and SMEs, what may be the current circumstances of the cyber security and digital transformation? For this, U Tang Din, who is the Vice President of UMFCCI, will be answering in the interview.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ကစီးပွားရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေပေါ့လေစီးပွားရေးလုပ်ငန်းလို့ပြောရင်သေးတာလည်းရှိတယ်ကြီးတာလည်းရှိတယ်ပေါ့လေ
If we say business, whether a small one or a big one, most of the people think that small businesses do not need any other computers, digital or online media, because the business is small, and if we go that way, it will cost a lot. But I actually think SMEs should use information technology, as IT develops so fast nowadays. Myanmar was left behind back in the early days, but now we pursue through social media by using smartphones directly.
လိုက်လွယ်တယ်ဟုတ်တယ်မလားကိုချင်းချင်းတင်ပေးလို့ရတယ်ဒါမျိုးဖြစ်လာကြတယ်ပေါ့နော်
Is cybersecurity becoming a sole purpose for the businesses to have difficulties in transforming into digital transformation? We will be discussing about this question in the interview.
အဲ့တော့ချက်ချင်းလက်ငင်းကျွန်တော်ကဘာတွေ့ရလဲဆိုတော့စီးပွားရေးလုပ်
Again, mobile banking and mobile money came to appear, and apparently we can make not only the task, but also the payment and withdrawal with a digital process. So there can be misuses and cheating by using this platform concerning with the financial matters. So the ASEAN also urge the SMEs to digital transformation, but what we need to consider is about cybersecurity, which became a serious matter.
ဘာကြောင့်လဲဆိုတော့ဒီ mobile phone ပေါ်ကနေပြီးတော့ငွေပေးငွေယူလောက်လာတယ်ကွန်ပျူတာကနေသုံးလာတယ်
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on Myanmar's first ever National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Right, we'll move on to weather forecast now. In Yangon, it's going to be cloudy with a thunderstorm during the day. It'll be partly to mostly cloudy with a thunderstorm in spots late at night. The daily outlook is around 33 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 40 degrees Celsius. There's about 52% chance of rain for the day. In Naypyidaw, it's going to be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, and it will just be partly cloudy at night. The daily outlook is around 33 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 39 degrees Celsius. There's about 40% chance of rain for the day. In Mandalay, it's going to be partly sunny with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, but it'll be clear to partly cloudy at night. The daily outlook is around 34 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 40 degrees Celsius. There's about a 40% chance of rain for the day. Stay with us, we have another report coming up, and then we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. It's reported that foreigners will be permitted to invest in shares on Yangon Stock Exchange starting from November. This report will give us the details on the latest update on the permission for the foreign investors, as well as the stock trading volume in September. Here's the report.
According to recently rolled out framework and schedule FS, the foreigners will be permitted to invest in shares on Yangon Stock Exchange starting from November. The foreigners living in Myanmar will be able to start investing with the FS set to be effective from November 2019. According to FS, the foreigners will be permitted to invest up to 35% of the shares of the YSX listed companies. For more on this, U, Yangon Stock Exchange Executive Senior Manager explained.
As the first phase, the stock will be traded to the foreigners living in the country. We are not waiting for the notifications, which will be published by Security Exchange Committee. In order to boost the foreign investment, foreigners are allowed to directly invest in shares of the stocks on the Yangon Stock Exchange. We recently published a framework and schedule to assist this move. We have been preparing the process since the notification allowing the foreigners to invest was out. The FS will be effective starting November, and the foreigners will be able to start investing at that time.
The percentage the foreign participation each listed company allows will be managed by the YSX and respective securities houses. YSX will announce the volume of shares held by foreigners for each company, the percentage of overall shares they represent, and the foreign buy orders that have been accepted. The relevant information will be available at the end of every trading day or the following day for the previous day's trading. The foreign shareholding of the specific listed company exceeds the specified foreign buy order limit, YSX will suspend foreign buy orders for such listed company from the designated business day.
The number of foreigners living in Myanmar is still low, so I am not sure how big of an impact this will bring to the stock market. We have uploaded the information on the listed companies and research on YSX website, so it's advisable that they scrutinize the information.
YSX is currently trading the stock shares of the 5 companies, namely First Myanmar Investment Public Company Limited, Myanmar Tilwa Azizat Holdings Public Limited, Myanmar Citizens Bank Limited, First Private Bank Limited, TMH Telecom Public Company Limited. U also said the trading volume has increased in September compared to the previous months.
In normal trading, about 421,000 shares were traded in September. That is 2.7 billion kyats worth of shares were traded. In block trading, about 70,000 shares worth of 535 million kyats were traded. So in total, about 491,000 shares worth of 3.283 billion kyats were traded. MTSH is still the leading listed companies in terms of the share traded.
In 1996, Myanmar Economic Bank and Taiwan Institute of Research Limited formed the Myanmar Securities Exchange Center, MSEC, with the final goal of establishing a stock exchange. In 2012, the Central Bank of Myanmar, under the Ministry of Planning and Finance, Daiwa Institute of Research Limited and Japan Exchange Group signed an MOU to develop human resources and provide technical assistance for the development of the financial and capital market in Myanmar. Yangon Stock Exchange Joint Venture Company Limited obtained permission of foreign investment from the Myanmar Investment Commission (MIC) in 2014. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on foreigners' stock trading set to start in November. And here we have the information on currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,532 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 214 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,681 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,889 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,110 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 366 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 50 kyats. And the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,507. Silver is at $17. And Brent crude oil is at $52. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,500. MTSH is at 3,850. MCB is at 8,400. FPB is at 23,000. TMH is at 2,950. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can visit our website, miradio.com.mm, and listen to our radio programs live on the website. We're also running on FM 96.1 in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or you can simply download MI Radio app on your smart devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Well, we have more reports for you, so let's check out the next one. The third paying homage ceremony to now and then teachers of Insane Government Technical Institute was held on Sunday at GTI in Yangon. It's the day when students can express their gratitude towards their teachers and also donate something for them. MI Radio was also a part of that donation program. Williamson tells us more.
Insane Government Technical Institute with 124 years of history is one of the first institutes in Myanmar, and on 6th of September it celebrated the third paying homage ceremony to both now and then teachers by the former students of the institute. Along with paying homage ceremony, the children of GTI, the teachers who passed matriculation with flying colors, were also presented tokens of appreciations by the former students. It was also the day when anyone could take opportunity to donate something for the elderly former teachers of GTI, and MI Radio was also a part of this donation as well. Speaking at the ceremony, U Kim Mountain, former teacher at GTI, said,
Most of us sitting on the chairs today are the products of GTI under the guidance of our former teachers who made us good students. The message I have for today's generation is to cautious all the time while learning, as it determines our future. If we miss a line, that will cost us heavily. One thing I'm happy the most about GTI is when I was a teacher here in this institute, I always wanted to have full educational accessories and equipment for education. This dream had been fulfilled recently, and now the students have better learning system than before. They now have access to the latest and advanced learning tools in their education, and moreover, I'm also glad to hear that very soon GTI will be internationally recognized institute, which will enable the graduates walk overseas after receiving degree from GTI. We are not here to enjoy the success we have made, but there are many challenges ahead of us.
GTI is one of the oldest institutes in Myanmar. Many people don't know about this institute, but the institute has produced many outstanding students who are serving the nation. Speaking at the ceremony, U Nyen Aung, the chairman of GIT Society, also explains more.
If the leaders of a nation are the ones who respect and value education, the nation will be prosperous. But if the leaders don't respect education, the nation will not develop. The institution is the place where we learn how to govern the nation. The most important thing is unity among each other. GTI will soon be accredited with International Vocational Training Association, which will make our association international association. And it will also enable us to train our students at international level at the same time. We'll be able to send our students to International Training Center. MOU for this agreement has been signed already. As we come from good history, let's work together so that we can contribute something good for our nation.
Now let's see out from Masu Weipyu, who passed matriculation with 6 distinction and was honored for her achievement during this ceremony.
Receiving this token of appreciation encourages me to even work harder, and as it is a new experience for me to be honored along with renowned teachers here and be acknowledged, I hope we will continue to encourage the youngsters by acknowledging them like today and support them well. Indeed, this token of appreciation encourages me to be a good child to my parents.
This is Winlinson reporting for MI Radio.
That's a report on GTI former students paying homage to teachers. Myanmar's Pride Festival, which displayed local products of Myanmar, ran for 3 days during the weekends at the Secretariat building in Yangon. Dora Sosin will give us the details.
Myanmar's Pride Festival, which showcases the local products of Myanmar, was held from 4th to 6th October at the Secretariat building in Yangon. Many booths displaying the traditional food, handicrafts, and other items as well as art display were included.
We organized this festival with the aim of enhancing the traditional and the quality of the local products. The observers can discover about our Myanmar culture, traditional handicrafts, and local products at one place. Moreover, the foreigners can learn more about our tradition. There are over 200 booths joining this festival, at which Myanmar traditional food, ethnic food, and local delicacies, and ready-made local food products, traditional fabric, organic cosmetics, crafts, and souvenirs are sold. Along with the bazaar, we also have live entertainment during 3 days of the festival from 6 to 8 p.m.
Because of the improving quality and the innovation, the local-made products are highly interested not only by the tourists but also by the local consumers. The local-made products are on high demand in the local market, not only as souvenirs but also for many other purposes. Metro Chu then, who is the founder of Chu Umbrella and Crabs, mentioned about one of the popular products Patay umbrella, which is popular souvenir among tourists as well as locals.
Patay umbrellas are getting popular and highly demanded by both local and international consumers. The local customers buy it as necessary for photo shooting. The foreigners buy as souvenirs, or they sometimes order a lot to give as presents at the events holding in their countries.
Another cleverly invented product which can reflect the childhood memories is the small slate board with a wooden framework.
The students of today's age are not using the small slate board anymore, but they want to maintain this tradition. The local consumers are highly interested in it, and they prefer to use it to deliver the items sold. This is a very great festival because the customers can observe the local products of Myanmar and taste the food at one place. I think such kind of festival should be held very often. We Myanmar citizens have to proudly maintain the traditional crafts and local-made products.
For the admission fee, Myanmar citizens are free and the foreigners cost 8,000 Myanmar kyats per person. Myanmar's Pride Festival was run for 3 days from 4 to 6 October from 2 to 8 p.m. at the Secretariat building, Yangon. That's all for now. This is Dora Susan from MI Radio.
That's all the reports we have for today. Next, we'll look into some international news here on Myanmar Today. A study suggests people can type almost as fast on a phone screen as they do on a computer keyboard. Average typing speeds on mobiles are now 38 words per minute, compared to about 52 on a standard PC keyboard. It found the gap was narrower among people aged 10 to 19, who averaged about 10 words per minute more than older users. The team that carried out the work said the amount of time that people spend using their phones every day has honed typing skills. Most people typed on their phone using 2 thumbs and spent about 6 hours per day tapping on a touch screen. The study found the fastest phone typists hit a speed of 85 words per minute. In other news, it is the Chinese-owned short video sharing site which you may not have heard of if you are over 30. Last week, on Tech 10, the BBC explored why TikTok could be the biggest threat to Facebook. It's earning a surprising amount of money, and Mark Zuckerberg sees it as a serious rival. Figures obtained show that its owner, ByteDance, earned revenues of between $7 billion and $8.4 billion in the first half of the year, and while it made losses over the period as a whole, it moved into profit in June and is confident of continuing profitability in the second half of the year. And Mark Zuckerberg seems to agree. A leaked recording of a Facebook staff meeting obtained by tech news site The Verge shows him telling his team just how rapidly TikTok is growing. You're with Myanmar Radio's Myanmar Today from me and the team. That's it for now. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.